everyone, this is Shelley Hobbs with funworkathomefamily.com, and today's topic of the video is going to be about the evolution of your business and how it's going to evolve over time, and where it's going to evolve to, you actually have no idea what is going to happen to you. So I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to give you my personal experience of success in home business. And so I have tried many home businesses over the past few decades, 7 to be exact, and I like to say I failed forward in all of them. The majority of them I made no money. One of them I made some money, and but it wasn't anything to write home about. I really didn't do it on my own. There was help from my upline, and they kind of bought in and paid in, and it was really weird. So I ended up quitting because I was like, that's totally not duplicatable. So I just like to say basically I had 7 businesses that I really failed at. But I failed forward because every single one that I tried, I continuously learned from my failures and mistakes. But I also learned what I liked and what I didn't like. So along the way, because I kept trying and trying and trying, I kept sort of putting the pieces together of what the perfect business would be for me, right? So here I am in my 8th business. I have finally succeeded in my terms of success. I today have signed up my 111th person in 7 months. I mean, that's pretty spectacular considering I could never sign up anybody before without constant. The last business was my first business where I actually signed up a few people, and I just constantly chased and harassed, and I felt like a stalker, and it was awful. This business, I've had the fortunate circumstance of never having to chase or convince or anybody because it's online based and it's all based on people already looking for what I have to offer. I know this isn't really the topic, but I'm just kind of explaining to you sort of what happened to me. Had I not tried those 7, I never really would have found that this is what works for me. You know, some people love that traditional home-based business, or they have, you know, like weekly meetings, and they have home parties and coffee shop meetings, and they love getting their friends and family involved, and it works for them. I know people that it works for, and they are wildly successful at it, and it blows my mind. And I'm proud of them, and it's just not something that ever worked for me, and it's not something that I connect with. I don't really like it. So you have to find what works for you. That's my story here. And when you try enough things, you will find what works for you. But also, I'm telling you that when you try these things, you can't just dip your toe in the water. You really can't. You really have to give it everything you've got, because if you dip your toe in the water, you're going to get toe dipping results, as I call it. But if you go big and you go all in, mind, heart, body, soul, financially, whatever that means for you, going all in, right? You're putting it all out there, you're stepping over the line, and you're moving outside of your comfort zone, then you will experience success and failure on different levels. You have to experience some failing forward experiences, because then you're not going to know what works and doesn't work for you. So here's what's going to happen in your business. You're going to sign up with something, right? And you're going to be like, I'm going to do this. My goal is, you know, these are my 3 goals. This is what I need to focus on. And you're going to struggle. You're absolutely going to struggle. And hopefully you stay with it, because you're going to learn from those struggles if you stay with it long enough. Sometimes you just need to refocus or reshift what your strategy is to kind of tweak and perfect what you're doing, right? So my goal is to get leads and to get sales, and then to help those people get leads and sales. My first goal is to get leads and sales, because if I don't, then I can't help anybody. So when my goal is to get leads and sales, and first I have to learn how to do it, then I have to go take action and apply what I've learned, and I have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it until I find something that pops. And when I find something that pops, when you find something that pops, you need to tweak and perfect and tweak and perfect, and then you need to upscale that, right? So, you know, let's say you're doing a free marketing method, then all of a sudden you're going to maybe put, you know, $5 or $10 into something and see what that pays out to you if you get more leads and sales from that. So first you're gonna sign up and you're gonna learn, and you're gonna struggle maybe with learning and information overload. It's okay. Just push through it, lean into it, be okay with it. And so that's like number one. Then number two, you're gonna start having success. You're gonna start getting leads and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this really works. And you'll start getting sales. And you're like, wow, this is cool. And then you're gonna be able to sit with that a little bit more, right? And get comfortable with the fact that, wow, I'm really doing this, man, and it's really working for me. And you're gonna keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and then all of a sudden something's gonna happen that's gonna blow your mind. And that's gonna be like releasing the Hoover Dam and the floodgates just open. And that's really what's happened in my business, sort of this phase 3, as I call it, this like uber successful. And I know there's even more levels of success beyond this, but this is my first experience of this type of success where literally I have so many leads coming in on a daily basis. I have upwards of 50 leads, sometimes about 80, but usually between like 30 and 60 leads is what I get on a daily basis. And then I'll get like 1 to 3 signups every single day into my business, and those are paid signups. And then I'll get like 1 to 4 people who sign up that aren't paid. So they're like, they want to, but they're sort of fence sitters, they're not sure. And none of these people I've even really chatted, I've never talked to personally, but now they're like bombarding me with Facebook messages and emails. And so now all of a sudden I'm being like chased and hunted and stalked. The tables are turned. I used to do this on the other end and get nothing and feel just awful about myself. I would just totally lose confidence in everything about myself because no one wanted part in it. Because I was doing the wrong thing. I didn't learn enough to know how to really present and position myself to people who are already looking for the same kind of thing that I am doing. So I know I keep relating this back to me, but I really think that no matter what business you're in, you're going to have the same evolution of experiences. You're going to go through being new and being overwhelmed and being uncomfortable and having to step out of your comfort zone. And then when you push through that enough, and I promise you, if you push through it enough and you learn from what's going on there and you trust in the process and believe in yourself, you're going to get to the second phase. And the second phase is you are having people coming to you. You are signing up people. You're getting leads if you're doing an online business. Things are starting to happen and the wheels are starting to turn. Now it's your challenge to figure out how to make those wheels turn faster. And you're going to do that because you're going to stick through it and they go faster, faster, faster. And then there's this next section that is just like so crazy. I am like literally on a daily basis, like having such a crazy time, finding the time to respond to all these people and, getting new people started. It is a great challenge, but I am personally challenged by it. I'm trying to figure out how do I work all this into my daily life. And all it is just focusing on what's important and taking the time to do little things in little pockets of time. And so my story that I'm getting at here is every experience is going to be new for you and it's going to feel uncomfortable. Like this feels uncomfortable for me to have so many people signing up and having so many people wanting to know more that I don't feel like I have the time to give to everybody that I want to give. But I'm going to lean into it, I'm going to push through it, and I'm going to find a way to have technology work for me that I can automate some things and, really work with those that are, committing at certain points that I'm needing them to commit at, those kinds of things. You'll work through it on your own, whatever your business is. But what I'm saying is, I know I keep saying that, I'm tired. I probably look tired too. Anyways, this is a good thing. Challenges are good, you guys. You got to push through it. It teaches you things. You learn from it. And through all of it, you just gain more and more success, personally, and you're able to help more people push through these little hurdles of success so they can get to where they need to be and everybody's happy. So anyhow, this is Shelley with funworkathomefamily.com, and I hope that you got some insight into what the future of your business is going to look like. It has an evolution to it, and I know that there's, way beyond where I'm at, there's a whole other there's a bunch of other experiences, beyond what I'm experiencing. So I'm excited and excited about the challenge because it's a good thing. It keeps me growing. So again, it's Shelley Hobbs with funworkathomefamily.com, and I hope you have an awesome day.